Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the heat flow rate from the fin. Now, whenever we are going to calculate the heat flow rate from the fin, if we consider this figure, then we found that whatever the heat is transferred from the fin, that is equal to the heat transferred from the fin to the surrounding. Means whatever the heat base transferred to this fin, that heat is transferred to the surrounding. So that's why, as per the Fourier law, we can write Q is equal to minus Ka d theta by dx. At here x is equal to 0, as we are considering the heat flows in x direction at x is equal to 0. Whatever the heat flows, that heat flow is equal to the heat conducted into the fin. Now, as we have proved in the previous session that d theta by dx is equal to mc1 e raised to mx minus mc2 e raised to minus mx. This minus m becomes due to this minus m factor. So the d theta by dx is equal to mc1 e raised to mx minus mc2 e raised to minus mx. Now we are going to rearranging the terms. So d theta by dx at x is equal to 0, mc1 as we are placing x is equal to 0, e raised to 0, so which becomes 1, anything raised to 0 is equal to 1, so it becomes m into c1 minus m as it is c2 we have written, and again e raised to 0, that is 1. So equation becomes m, we are taking common outside the bracket, m into bracket c1 minus c2. So d theta by dx at x is equal to 0, which is equal to m into bracket c1 minus c2. Now in this equation we don't know the values of c1 and c2, but whenever we have derived the differential equation of the fin, at that time we have derived the values of c1 and c2. So we are going to substitute those values in this equation. So we found, as it is we are writing d theta by dx at x is equal to 0 and theta it lies in the both the terms. So we are taking common outside the bracket, m is also we have taken, only remaining c1 and c2 values. So c1 value e raised to minus ml upon e raised to ml plus e raised to minus ml minus of again e raised to ml. Only difference is whatever the index in the numerator is, for c1 it is minus ml and for c2 it is plus ml. So this is the value of c2 e raised to ml upon e raised to ml plus e raised to minus ml. So we have find that c1 and c2 value we have substituted in this equation. Now whenever we solve this, the base is the same, so the equation modifies as e raised to minus ml minus of e raised to ml. So we are writing as it is, and we have taken the negative sign common outside the bracket, so the rearranging this minus sign turns into the positive over here. So e raised to ml minus sign, because minus sign we have taken, so minus sign here we have plus, so e raised to minus ml, and base as it is e raised to ml plus e raised to minus ml. So d theta by dx at x is equal to 0 is equal to minus m theta e raised to ml minus e raised to minus ml upon e raised to ml plus e raised to minus ml. Why we are doing this? Because we know that whenever e raised to ml minus e raised to minus ml, we are writing it as the sine hyperbolic of ml, and for denominator e raised to ml plus e raised to minus theta sin hyperbolic ml upon cos hyperbolic ml. And sin upon cos, you know that is the tan. So equation becomes minus m theta 0 tan hyperbolic of ml. So d theta by dx at x is equal to 0 is equal to minus m theta 0 tan hyperbolic of ml. Now we are writing as this d theta by dx at x is equal to 0 we have calculated. We are going to substitute this value in this Fourier equation, which is minus k dt by d theta by dx at x is equal to 0. This d theta by dx at x is equal to 0 value we are going to substitute in this equation. So the equation becomes q is equal to ka m theta 0 tan hyperbolic of ml. Now in this equation we are going to substitute the value of m. We have derived m is equal to under root hp by k. So that value we have substituted. So this is k in square root. So 1 k get cancelled and the whole terms becomes as a under root hpk. Theta 0 as it is we are writing and tan hyperbolic of ml. So q is equal to under root hpka theta 0 tan of hyperbolic of ml. And this is the amount of heat flows towards the fin, and that heat we have calculated. See what we have done. We have taken first step we have taken heat flows from base of the fin. That heat is transferred to the surrounding from the fin. So we have applied the Fourier law. Fourier law we have written q is equal to minus k d theta by dx at x is equal to 0. In this equation d theta by dx at x is equal to 0 value is unknown, but we have derived in previous derivation that d theta by dx is equal to mc1 e raised to mx minus mc2 e raised to minus mx. So in this equation we are rearranging the terms and we are substituting the x is equal to 0 value. So we are getting modified equation that m into bracket c1 minus c2, and we have derived the value of c1 and value of c2 in the differential equation of the fin derivation. So that values we are substituting in this equation. So after substitution and the applying the sin cos rule, we are getting d theta by dx at x is equal to 0, which is equal to minus m theta 0 tan hyperbolic of ml. And this value we are again substituted in this Fourier law, and we are getting q is equal to km theta 0 tan hyperbolic of ml, and value of m is equal to under root hp by k, and we are cancelling the terms and we are getting the heat flow from the fin is equal to q is equal to under root hpk theta 0 tan hyperbolic of ml, and this is the heat flow. Now in next point we are going to calculate the fin efficiency. Now fin efficiency means what? Fin efficiency means whenever if any case the amount of heat transfer we are considering as per the dimensions, but in actual practice there is some degradation. So that's why we are writing efficiency is equal to q upon q max. This is the maximum possible heat has to be transferred from that fin, but this is the actual heat transfer. So we are writing efficiency is equal to this q we have calculated under root hpk theta 0 tan hyperbolic of ml, and q max is the ha delta t as per area of that fin, that is the peripheral area, into the length over there. So we are getting HAF into the theta 0. HA delta 3T, we are modifying this HAF theta 0, and this AF is the perimeter into the length. Now, whenever we have substituted these values in this equation, theta 0 get cancelled and this H, we are this HP by K we are taking into the denominator. So what happened? The equation again modifies. Efficiency is equal to tan hyperbolic ml under root HP by K into the L. And we know that under root HP by K means what? Again M. So efficiency is equal to tan hyperbolic ml upon ml. So this is the efficiency of the fin. Once again I am repeating, efficiency of the fin we have calculated Q upon Q max, and in this equation Q we have substituted, that is the heat flow from the fin upon the Q max, that is the HA delta T, that is the, we are taking at the HAF into theta 0. So after substitution and cancelling the terms, we are getting the efficiency of the fin is equal to tan hyperbolic ml upon ml. And this is the efficiency of the fin. Next part, we are going to discuss the relation between the effectiveness and the efficiency. Effectiveness means what? Whenever we are providing the heat, at that time how much heat is transferred, and when there is no present of the fin, and from that base how much heat is transferred. That is the effectiveness. Means in actual provision of that fin, what is the effect, and without provision of that fin, what is the effect? That relation is called as the effectiveness. So we are writing here heat transfer from the fin surface upon the heat transfer from the base when fin is absent. Now heat transfer from the fin we have calculated and we are writing here, that is the under root HPK Q0 tan of hyperbolic ml, and in absence of, again we are writing HA theta 0, and in this equation we are again cancelling the term and we are getting effectiveness is equal to tan of hyperbolic of ml upon HA into Kp. So in this equation, if we see the equation of the effectiveness and if we see the efficiency of the fin, what is the similarity we have found? If we observe, we have the efficiency equation. Efficiency is equal to tan hyperbolic ml upon under root HP by K into the L. So in this equation, if we compare both these equations, see what is the difference? Only difference in this square root bracket. Here HA upon Kp, here HP upon K, and only L value. Numerator is this same, only difference in the denominator. So we are shifting this term towards this side. Also we are shifting this term towards this side, and as tan hyperbolic both the terms. So we are comparing both the terms. Effectiveness into under root HP upon P, HA upon Pk is equal to efficiency into L into square root of HP upon K. Now here we are cancelling the similar terms, and what is remaining? Effectiveness is equal to efficiency into P into L upon A. So this terms remain, and P into L means what? P into L means surface area of the fin. And suppose we are writing this, we are taking this efficiency in the denominator. So effectiveness upon efficiency is equal to surface area of the fin. This P into L is the surface area of the fin, and this A is the cross section area of the fin. So we are getting the relation between between the effectiveness and efficiency is surface area of the fin upon cross section area of the fin. So once again I am repeating, effectiveness is equal to heat transfer from the fin surface upon heat transfer from the base when there is no provision of the fin. So we have derived this equation, we are substituting the equations, and we are getting effectiveness is equal to tan hyperbolic ml upon square root of HA into HA upon Kp, and we have derived the efficiency equation, that is tan hyperbolic ml upon ml. So whenever we are comparing both these equations, what we observe, there is difference only in the denominator. Numerator is the same. So we are shifting the denominator to the other side, and we are comparing both the equation, effectiveness equation and the efficiency equation. And after rearranging the term and cancelling the term, we are finding that the effectiveness upon efficiency is equal to surface area of the fin upon the cross section area of the fin. So today we have derived heat flow rate from the fin. The equation is the Q is equal to under root HPK into theta 0 tan hyperbolic of ml. Also we have derived fin efficiency, that is fin efficiency is equal to tan hyperbolic ml upon ml. And at last we have derived the relation between the fin effectiveness and fin efficiency, that is surface area of the fin upon cross section area of the fin. So these are all about the today's lecture. Thank you.